Alrighty. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am joined and have the absolute privilege. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little intimidated, to be honest. I'm with none other than Mr. Fusilli Grind.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Yeah, no need to be intimidated. I'm really,
Maybe intimidated is the wrong word. I'm honored. I feel like you're one of the more underrated, underexposed commentary skateboard YouTubers that has a lot of valuable input on the platform that I really appreciate. So I'm really stoked to have you here for us to do this exercise.
Those are kind words, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Underrated, underexposed. That's what we go for. So
yeah,
that's what we do here.
Absolutely. And in the spirit of Fusilli Grind's concoction with the Matrix and its relation to skateboarding, he has been kind enough to join me in a skateboarding brand marketing analysis where basically like 40 different brands are on this list of what we're going to cover using, as you can see on the visual here, it's x-axis going all the way to the left, satanic, all the way to the right is holy, and then the y-axis on the top is upstanding citizen, and at the bottom is actual deviant. So in essence, what this should do is place these brands within the realm of the Matrix, depending on the quadrant. If, for example, you're in the top left, you would be a brand that markets itself as obviously a lot of imagery relating to, Satan or the devil, however you want to call it, with your team riders being kind of the opposite, like clean cut or, as it says here, upstanding citizens. And then on the top right, you have a really kind of a holy brand with an upstanding citizen type of team. And then the bottom left would be a satanic team branding themselves as that. And then the riders are actually kind of representing deviance, so to speak. And the bottom
real hell ride shit, I believe, is what you're...
Hell ride, yes.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay, at first when you ran this by me, I was like, what? But as we sort of discussed it a little bit more, I actually thought this was really interesting because satanic imagery in skateboarding has all been a thing since the dawn of man, basically. Mm-hmm. And it goes way, way back, and it's still around. People who consider themselves Satanists in the modern era, they're not really evil in the kind of philosophical definition, like Hannah Arendt.
You think of the devil, you think of evil a lot of times, but you're saying that's not always the case.
Well, yeah, I think that. So that is the traditional Judeo-Christian reflex against people that employ satanic imagery or satanic branding or whatever. You think about the satanic panic of the 70s.
Yeah.
Because a traditionally Christian or Judeo-Christian religious person would see something that is contrary to what their religious doctrine is and just think that it's evil and blanket it like that. Whereas using satanic imagery historically or being a member of the Church of Satan, which is kind of like a groovy thing people have been doing since the 50s maybe. Mm-hmm. It's more of a countercultural reflex. It's more of a progressive ideal. It's more of a... They're not doing evil.
Yeah.
People who consider themselves of the Church of Satan. However, where I think this matrix becomes interesting is that I think it could be said that there are people... Of course, you have to consider the human condition and what causes people to act in a way that is evil or could be considered evil, which often is a reflex of their own internal strife or struggle. There are, I would say, skateboarders out there who have done things that are perhaps reprehensible.
Yes.
Could be considered deviants.
And we will cover those people, and they will fall into the bottom part of the x-axis, depending on what we discuss based on those teams.
Well, it's going to get a little tricky, though, because, a brand is made up of many people.
Yes.
So, but...
That is... We'll dissect it, and I think between you and I sharing our thoughts, we'll either unanimously agree on where they go, or we'll come to a compromise on where to place them. But I did kind of cherry pick a little bit. If you're ready, I think we can get started, Fusilli, on the first brand. We should more or less be on the same page of where this company is, and it's, if you can see, it's Creature.
Yep.
So Russ
Creature
Pope.
Fiends.
Yep. Russ Pope is the creative who spearheaded the brand, and he started it as like a wider board alternative during a time when boards were skinny with small wheels. And the art direction, even in the logo, you can see is inspired by Monster Mash or Hammer Horror. So there's like a monster-centric palette, so to speak, in their graphics. The original riders were Barker Barrett, Dorian Tucker, Darren Navarrete, and Jason Adams. And then you think about today's names, David Gravett, I believe Colin Provost. Is Milton Martinez on Creature?
He is.
Yeah.
Chris Russell.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't know the guy that founded Creature's name is literally Pope. It's kind of apropos of this whole discussion.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. Where would you place them on the continuum?
So monsters, horror. It immediately makes me shift to the left side of the x-axis towards satanic. And the names, I mean, all these dudes. Milton Martinez, the worst thing I can think about him is he kind of he interferes with traffic, and kind of like taunts cars on the street is like the worst thing I can think of like his behavior that I've witnessed myself and maybe like heard about. But I mean, everybody else is just kind of like a straight shooter, more or less, skater.
I think image-wise, Darren Navarrette's a great example. He calls himself the vertical vampire. Obviously, the image is fire and brimstone, demons and all the rest of it. So I think they're squarely on the left side. But I agree with you. I would say, and in fact, I have it on good authority that Darren Navarrete is like the nicest, like most sweetheart guy.
Yeah.
Milton is, as far as I can tell, a fine young Argentine gentleman. Seems like he's a present father.
Yeah.
Gravett also seems like a nice guy. They seem kind of like it's a misfit brand for a bunch of misfit guys. They're all great skaters. I mean, Chris Russell's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think upper left quadrant.
Yeah,
a good spot for them.
Yeah, and I don't know how far left satanic you want to go. Maybe just slightly to the right, because I don't see a ton of like pure satanic imagery. It's more monsters, but definitely on the side of
bump them a little bit to the right. I think that's a good spot.
All right. So the next brand is Blood Wizard. It is a DIY board brand whose inspiration came from the founder named Toad, who is actually a full-time electrician. And the inspiration by calling the brand Blood Wizard was, I guess, he and his friends would see homeless people and call them wizards. Relatively unknown riders, Kevin Kowalski, Yote, sorry if I mispronounced, Stephen Reeves, James Gray, Anna Shea, Gabe Gomez. And I think from my perspective of what I've seen, Blood Wizard has a lot of like Black Sabbath inspired imagery.
Yeah.
Very
occult imagery. Don't forget Chris Gregson too. I think you could put Blood Wizard right next to Creech. Maybe just to the right of them.
Maybe even higher on the upstanding, because they're more inclusive maybe. With
fair enough.
Some girl riders,
nice guys.
Yeah.
Is there been a female Creature?
I think they had like a Japanese vert skater on Blood Wizard. Mami Tezuka, I believe. Yeah.
Was on, or maybe is still on. Not that having girls on your team makes you an upstanding citizen,
right?
But the Blood Wizard. I think having a homebrew, homey brand is inherently more upstanding citizen, nice guy than a traditional distributed brand. Although Blood Wizard's been around. Are they still around? I don't know.
Good question. I would assume yes, but
we're talking about brands that in some ways aren't still around anyway.
Yes,
so.
these to be clear to your point, Fusili, this list includes brands both past and present. So whether Blood Wizard's still around or not, they're still appropriately listed. Satan's Drano. It's a hot sauce brand. Fun fact, in 2024, Harrison Shuchuk, who is a proper chef, joined the brand. It's a lifestyle hot sauce brand with a few podcast episodes on their YouTube channel, but they've actually put out skate video parts that have clips from like big hitters. I mean, we're talking Diego Todd, Rowan Zarillo, Antonio Durao, T-Funk, Olympic gold medalist Arisa True, if I pronounced her name right, the Australian, Clive Dixon, Kyle Walsh. The list just goes on and on. I mean, it says Satan's Drano. I think we're already going to be obviously on the left side of the x-axis. Yeah,
they've got like a really strong satanic. I think you put them as far left as you can.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think that's a good spot. I mean, yeah, they got Satan in the name. Very, unholy image, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're making hot sauce with a celebrity chef from Montreal. So, like, how bad could they be? It doesn't seem like they're bothering anybody, which is kind of my litmus for evil in the skateboarding sphere.
Yeah, agreed.
So they're a little bit annoying.
Chugging hot sauce. I mean, are like.
Maybe put them a little.
Yeah, they're gonna get punished for that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Anything else about Satan's Drano?
No. On to the next.
Yeah. So I lumped FA and hockey together. Tell me if you don't want to do that, but they're kind of in the same.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, there's a FA on its own is worth. I mean, there's a lot of story behind FA. Dill and Mike Piscitelli, is that how you pronounce it? They're the ones that started the apparel brand back in 2001. Ave joined later when the company started selling hard goods, boards, in 2013. And the FA logo is inspired by Hulkmania and Misfits.
Yep.
Gimmicky elements on the FA decks when they were popping off, including holographics, embossed finishes, split dies, and I don't know if it was FA that made the shape, but that shovel nose, shovel tail type of board shape.
That comes from later Alien Workshop boards. And you think about the diaspora of Alien Workshop, it's like FA, hockey, and then also quasi, right? Because like Dill and Ave went and did their thing, and Gilbert and Jake Johnson, Bledsoe kind of did their thing. But I think Dill really loves the Jesus, the Christ imagery. I wouldn't say that their branding is overtly, whatever, like holy as you put on the graph, but I mean, and in the hockey video too, that Hockey X intro, I just think about that like Christ image. They do like a wide zoom in on the kind of the angel image.
Yeah. But it's kind of provocative, isn't it? Like it's what I mean is like I went and checked the FA website, and after like it was the third deck that's available. It's called Mary, and it's a woman with her breasts exposed, smoking a cigarette on a chair, and she is sitting next to a crucifix that's hanging on the wall.
So you think it's a subversive inclusion of Christian imagery? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but still, I would say the image tends more, towards. There are so few brands on this list, I think, that actually have anything that's overtly Christian in the branding. Right.
Especially these first ones we're talking about.
That I would bump them over to the right side, honestly. Yeah. It's not mega.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe somewhere like there. And then in terms of like early on, FA team was a little bit more, had maybe a little bit more of a devil may care attitude.
I mean,
FA and hockey both.
Yeah.
But in this day and age, and that's the thing, it's why it's a little temporally, this is a little bit of a tricky exercise, because in this day and age, it's Louis Lopez,
Curran
Jake
Caples,
Anderson, Curran Caples, just like SoCal,
straight laced.
SoCal, yeah, straight laced. I mean, don't get me wrong. It seems like Jake Anderson is annoying, and is, you know, a problematic drunk.
Yeah, he's a beer drinker.
Yeah, which
weed smoker.
Doesn't make you evil.
No,
but
it's pretty standard skater
he is
behavior.
a pain in the ass, which, you know.
Yeah.
But I'd say by and large, Burl. You know, did I mention Burl?
Yeah, no, you didn't. But yes.
Who did I just hear is getting on FA randomly? That's gonna bug me.
FA.
No, well, Sage. Sage Elsesser is the only one of kind of the original FA team.
Yeah.
That is still there, and he's like pretty openly, you know, God-fearing guy these days. And then on the hockey side, you got like Johnny Fitz, seems like a pretty, you know, calm bloke. Ben Kay looks like a fucking hellion, but he's not.
He's a dad.
You know, yeah, he's a present father, and I think, you know, that's important.
Andrew Allen, is he hockey?
Yeah, Andrew Allen's probably still on there. Nick Michael's getting on hockey as we speak.
Oh yeah.
Diego. Yeah, none of these guys are like. Honestly, hockey is even less annoying than anybody on FA.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think weirdly enough, I think where you have them right now is a good spot.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Run it.
All right.
Oh, here we go. This is going to be a good one.
GX 1000. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to rely on your heavy lifting here, but Ryan Garshell, 2011, GX 1000 was formed. San Francisco centric hill bomb. You think of GX 1000, you think of San Francisco hill bombs. They obviously have parts that are all over the world, but the videos are usually downhill clips, back to back to back. I mean, I would say from perusing their website for boards, we're pretty, the word that you described when we were kind of talking about this was secular, and I agree.
Yeah, I mean, their graphic design is, it's been pretty, I don't know, like straight over the plate. They have their kind of classic, I don't know what you would call that, kind of like 80s dot matrix kind of text logo that you have there. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm trying to think if I've seen any, like, GX graphics. I mean...
There's, like, artistic graphics of, like, statues, you know, of, like, marble statues and...
Yeah.
But,
no.
But most of the time it's the...
with a weed leaf.
Oh, yeah, something like that.
Oh, yeah, I had this deck. Yeah, nothing too crazy, nothing rocking the boat. Most of the time it's that classic logo and they do a flip on that, which is fine. I think that's strong branding.
Right over the plate, is that what you said?
Yeah, right in the strike zone.
Yeah.
But
as far as the riders, though,
I think, exactly.
We're heading towards...
Segue. I was going to say, I think there's no question.
These dudes are bad news.
There's been no shortage of dust-ups around various affiliates.
I don't know how low on this y-axis we should be going, but...
Pretty low, dude.
Yeah?
I think if we're talking, like, true deviancy, debauched behavior, reprehensible acts, I think, GX has been...
Can you get specific? Because I'm out of the loop.
Unkind things to women.
Yeah.
Just general poor behavior. The thing
Look at Slap if you want to know more. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. Look at Slap. I mean, multiple kind of canceled skaters. You know, skaters had to go to prison for hitting security guards with skateboards and giving them irreparable brain damage.
Oh, shit. That was GX 1000?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's hard to say who that guy was affiliated with at the time, but yeah, GX was really, really fresh and really cool in 2015, 2016, you know, when it was more of it wasn't a board brand yet, it was just homie videos, and it was just Garshell, you know, filming the homies in and around the Bay, the city, and on VX, which they've abandoned since, which I thought was kind of a strong part of their branding. And I'm not gonna I'm not gonna cape for VX, even though I like filming VX and I like VX footage when done well. I just want footage to be done well. I don't care what it's filmed on. That's kind of my my party line right now.
Okay.
And they still put together a good video. And now that it's a board brand, it's kind of become a different thing. And I think they've done damage control and definitely have like moved away from people that were problematic. But I think still in general, I think they're just going around cool guying people, throwing beer bottles. The thing that I think of in the past few years is when T-Funk, the clip of T-Funk doing the China Banks ollie, frontside ollie.
Yeah.
All those dudes are hanging out in the back, and you just hear guys like throwing beer bottles as soon as he makes it.
Oh, God.
Like,
Didn't even notice.
On the ground.
Wow.
Yeah. That stuck with me. It kind of almost ruined the clip for me, but that is a great clip and a great photo.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. I think
Trick of the year, right?
Trick of the year. I think they great Thrasher cover.
Yeah.
I think they pretty squarely deserve. And it's kind of funny because like guys like in the Sphere can like dip into the GX thing here and there, or like Tyshawn has filmed with Ryan. Ryan will go and film other people because he's built this thing around himself.
Yep.
This mystique, this allure.
Yeah.
And like T-Funk will go and film with GX. Back in the day, Ryan Townley would get in the GX mix and film with those guys. They'd have a lot of great guest clips, but now they're kind of their own team. They got the Kroll brothers. They still have Sean Green, who's amazing skaters. They got the Japanese fella, Taiho Takura, who's like a pro on the team now. They're kind of, I think, trying to revamp and trying to clean up the image a little bit. So I think that's commendable. But historically,
they've got a lot of work to do if they want to move.
They got a lot of work to do.
Okay.
That's a great way to say it. Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Thanks for the insightful. That was educational for me.
No problem.
Because my GX, I mean, it's like I watched GX 1000 videos. There's so many on YouTube, and I probably haven't even scratched the surface of.
Yeah, go watch the early ones.
Yeah.
Go watch the early ones. You'll see the progression to what it is now.
But the fact that they don't really like label who's skating, it makes it harder for me to connect with them.
Yeah, you got to know.
Yeah.
You got to tap in.
You got to.
And another guy who's like, sorry to keep going on the GX thing, but like, it's interesting. One of my favorite skaters is Chris Athens.
Okay. That name I recognize.
And he was with GX. He came up through the GX pipeline, but it was very interesting when it was time for him to go pro, which he had already been pro for Northern Co, but that's a whole other story. Shout out Fletch. When it was time for him to go pro, he sort of slipped away from the GX thing. He's still in GX videos here and there. Actually, we'll see how it goes in the future, because I think since the last one, he got on Death Wish, became pro for Death Wish, and I just thought that was an interesting thing where he's like, okay, let me go legitimize myself as a pro, but not attached to this thing with all this baggage.
Okay.
And I thought that was an interesting move. It elevated him in my mind, which was seemingly impossible to do at that point because I'm such a fan of his skateboarding.
Yeah.
But I thought that was an interesting move and an interesting reflection on the whole GX thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cool.
That's all I'll say about that.
Thank you. All right, Toy Machine. I did not do a ton of research. In my mind, it's Ed Templeton. It's a devil is their logo.
Yep.
This exercise challenges is where we got to think about what's going on right now, but also what happened in the past. So right now, Cordano Russell, I mean, he's a very outspoken Christian.
Yes. Maybe the most ever in skateboarding.
Honestly, especially for somebody that level of skating.
Except for we'll get to stuff later, but yeah.
But I mean I think it's kind of in my mind, you're obviously welcome to share your opinion, but I feel like they belong right up in the top left, upstanding citizens, but high on the satanic, far left satanic.
Yes and no. I would say apart from the devil image, which, by the way, Ed Templeton stole from a Light Switch cover.
Okay.
Fun fact. Yes, it's more like kind of like freaky, gross out kind of. Like if you look at a Toy Machine ad, you'll see the little devil in the corner, and they do a little bit with the devil, but they do more stuff with like little freaky kind of like
monster
alien.
Yeah.
Turtle guys.
Okay.
So I would put them closer to the middle on branding.
Yeah, the logo is only the devil logo is only a part of the brand. Is kind of what you're saying. It's not the all encompassing. There's more than just the devil that you think of when you think of Toy Machine.
When I think of a Toy Machine deck, I don't think of the devil.
Okay.
Like, I think of the classic two fists. You know, I think the use of the devil's almost like, you know, like cartoonish. Obviously, the intro to Welcome to Hell has the really like tough looking devil,
the laughing devil.
Yeah. And also you think about early Toy Machine. Yes, Ed was the kind of the brand owner and the art director, but Jamie Thomas was like the de facto team manager and, you know, filmed a lot of those early videos and put it all together.
Yep.
I'd say that I don't see their stuff as being overtly satanic, and I think sort of as a foil to what Dill has done with the Jesus, kind of what Ed and them have done with the devil, it's almost like a subversion of like, ooh, the devil's scary or whatever, which a lot of this goes back to my original point of like people who fuck with satanic imagery usually are just, you know, basically outcast nerd people wanting to be different and go against the grain, and they're not actually trying to be evil.
Okay. So you're saying closer to FA and hockey?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe because it's I feel like there's a little chiasmus going on there.
Mm-hmm. And as far as the riders go,
yeah, as far as the riders go, I mean, historically, I can't think of anybody like super bad, like bad guy that was on Toy Machine, and I'd say especially in this day and age, it's pretty squeaky clean. Like Cordano,
Leo Romero.
Yeah, Leo's not hurting anybody. He just wants to do his little cowboy cosplay and play his guitar, which is cool. I think Leo Romero's so sick. Great all-time legendary skater.
Do you think they would be higher than FA? Like, are they more upstanding than the FA squad? Or
I'd bump them up. I mean, upstanding, like, does being an open Christian make you more outstanding or upstanding as a citizen? Certainly not, right? Oftentimes, people who are, you know, proselytizing, doing that.
Yeah, that's actually kind of, you can argue that's maybe not good.
You could argue the other way around, right? Yeah. So I'd say put them in a dead heat.
Yeah, neck and neck.
Yeah, put them neck and neck with
but just slightly off to the left as far as the satanic goes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. I think that's a good spot for them.
Perfect. Heroin Skateboards, 1998. 1998, Mark Foster. Another brand I'm going to need to rely on you.
Okay. I'll do my best.
I don't know anybody. Does Mark do the art himself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Foz. He's British. Hello?
British, yeah.
I believe. Heroin's an interesting thing because it's like been a brand for a long time. It's been around and somehow has survived like a few boom and bust cycles of skateboarding. But I think probably COVID bubble saw them enter into this weird explosion of popularity over their shaped decks.
The eggs?
It was a pandemic in and of itself. Maybe an epidemic. It's not fair to say that it's a pandemic, but it was a thing and still is to an extent. I don't see that much of it in my sphere, but I know that these boards have been extremely popular, which is so interesting to see a brand that's just kind of like, you know, just trundling along in relative obscurity for so long.
Yeah.
And then to have this just like
decades later
have it take off. Yeah, after exactly 20 years. I can't name one heroin skateboards skater from the early era other than Tony Carr, maybe.
Okay.
He was on there. Lee Yanku, legendary Canadian impossible wizard. Lee Yanku was on heroin for a bit. But yeah, I mean,
is Go Miyagi heroin?
Oh, he might be. Yeah, he may have been.
He's like the most popular dude I can imagine.
That's a good shout. Truly, if you want to talk about mainstream crossover, that's probably the best guy that heroin ever had in terms of exposure that way.
Yeah.
But they've they've skirted around hitching their wagon to any one person,
Yeah.
and they've actually made like this weird explosion just purely off of product alone, which is a really rare and strange thing. It must be studied. Maybe that's a dumb data brand breakdown video to be made. That could be a really interesting video.
Yeah.
Um,
Food for thought.
but yeah, again, I think they go somewhere near Toy Machine. I feel like their art style.
Heroin. I mean,
similar.
it is a provocative brand name, right? And it's spelled the way that the drug is spelled. So
Yes.
I assume Foss wants you to think of the hard drug when you talk about his brand. That's a little, I would say it's definitely on the side of Toy Machine, but as far as like, some deviousness there.
Yeah, it is a provocative name, and in the language, the colloquial vernacular of skateboarding, it's really funny to be like, oh yeah, that guy's on heroin.
Right.
Because you talk about somebody getting on a
Exactly.
brand.
It's a good way to put it.
Which is a fun thing, and I doubt that didn't go through Foz's mind when he was kind of putting this whole thing together. I think he wanted that to be...
It was purposeful?
As subversive as it is.
Okay.
And then, like, the imagery is all, creepy, demonic monster vibes. I wouldn't say it's overtly Satan, but it's definitely ugly.
Yeah, because the egg, they sell like a plush egg, right? Which is kind of like and it's the mascot for those egg shapes. So that's like...
Okay. Well, yeah, the egg has kind of become like a cute... It's like a cutesy vibe.
Right, it almost offsets...
It's taken on this, like, cartoonish... Yeah, I really don't fuck with it, if I'm honest.
No.
But at the same time, I'm happy for you, Foz. I hope.
Right.
To be a guy just chipping away at a fucking skateboard brand for your whole life.
Respectable.
It's not easy. Yeah, it's a noble cause, and I hope he's got himself a nice little nest egg off of the explosion. Pun intended.
Yeah, nice. I like that.
Okay.
All right, next. Powell, Peralta, and I lumped them in with Bones. This is another one we kind of spitballed a little about before doing this. They seemed like another obvious one that would go around where Creature, Blood Wizard, Satan's Drano. I mean, there's the skeleton
Yes.
Mascot jumping through some type of cavity.
I believe that's referred to as the Ripper graphic.
The Ripper, okay.
Yep. There's a bunch of classic artworks done by a gentleman by the name of Van Cortlandt Johnson.
Okay.
VCJ for short. He brought that style of graphic, kind of the overwrought, classically trained, highly detailed. If you look at the early VCJ graphics, they're really, really intricate, and they're all kind of, skulls. And the biggest kind of breakout board for Powell, Peralta in the beginning, was I believe it was the first or second pro model for a gentleman by the name of Ray Bones Rodriguez.
Okay.
And the Ray Bones Rodriguez pro model is that original sword and skull board that I'm sure you've seen a million times.
Yes.
And that was kind of how VCJ kind of took hold of that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then everybody would get their own pro model, and graphics would stick around for a long time. And like Tony Hawk eventually was on. He had the bird skull, and everything was all around skulls. It wasn't devilish, but it was maybe occult. Again, occult adjacent. Just like the skull imagery, but in a very polished way. There's the Mike Vallely elephant board, which I don't think it was a skull, but it's a pretty mean looking elephant.
Right. And to your point, the skeleton holding a sword, they even didn't Dan Corrigan get a pro board and it's got like a sword with is it a skeleton holding
maybe.
And even Zach Doling as well.
I'm not as sure about the modern stuff. But to your point, or like I guess Andy Anderson again, and I don't know if that is still, if VCJ is still around doing it, but if it's not him, it's very much in the style of him. It's very derivative of his artworks.
Okay.
Of course, there's the classic like Rodney Mullen one, the freestyle board, which had a skeleton doing some stuff.
Okay.
There's a Thrasher. I don't remember when, a few years ago. Within the past 5 years, Jack O'Grady's on the cover doing his grind to grind. He has a green T-shirt on.
Yep.
Sick cover.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great article in that Thrasher. I was just reading it the other night about board graphics, about the kind of the history of board graphics, and they interviewed a bunch of people on their favorite board graphics. And these early Powell graphics, especially for the older guys, had a lot of staying power, and they would, again, like I said, they would keep making them for so long. It wasn't at all like it is today, where okay, spring, summer 26, we've got these 5 boards and these are the graphics, and then fall, winter 26, it's going to be totally different. It was every time, you're a pro, that's your graphic, that's your board. Maybe it's a different color, different whatever,
Okay.
but those graphics would stay. So that's also a consideration, that it's changed up quite a bit, considerably, just historically.
Agreed.
But in that article, there's a great quote by Todd Francis, who, of course, did the Anti-Hero Eagle, among other many great board graphics over the years. He said, there's 2 ways to sell a kid a skateboard. 1, make them feel tough, or 2, make them laugh. And Powell has always been in the make them feel tough camp.
Yeah.
However,
because I don't want to laugh when I see these images, so that makes sense.
No, there's no laughing matter. It's a scary skeleton poking out of a wall, ripping through and scaring you. Spooky.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, as we've been doing with this exercise, it's like I can't think of anybody that was ever on Powell that was doing spooky things in real life, except for maybe Jeff Grosso, who was on Powell just for a little bit. Never had a board on Powell, but
so yeah, they might need to be all like the most clean cut of the clean cut, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you got Andy Anderson, who's really the only mainstream pro skater in this day and age that street skater, I guess, that pushes wearing a helmet. For whatever you think of that. We don't need to touch on it, but none of those guys seem like they're hurting anybody. Dan Court, well,
yeah, that's a bag of worms or a can of worms.
Talk to our friend Joe about that one.
Yeah, and also I've had personal experience with some anger issues with Zach, but I mean, come on, everybody has their bad days as far as Zach goes. But yeah, the Dan thing. I mean, I don't think anything illegal happened, but morally questionable.
I think we leave it at that.
Yeah.
I think we'll leave it at that.
All right. Santa Cruz, oldest skateboard brand
Probably
ever?
the oldest still going skateboard brand. Yeah, I think they like to claim also, oldest skateboard brand.
1973 is when they started.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty
Richard Novak, Doug Hote, and Jay Sherman. You take all their last names, first letter, it's NHS.
Okay. I didn't know where that came from.
Yeah, Jim Phillips is the artist credited for the iconic Screaming Hand.
Yep.
I think all of their graphics basically from Jim Phillips, almost, if not all. The original logo.
Yeah, certainly in the early days. Yeah, the brand. He was like the VCJ counterpart at Santa Cruz.
Yeah,
and came up with all the classic Santa Cruz imagery.
Yeah. End of the World, Jeff Kendall is another one that I saw. I guess that was 2 hands grasping, like squishing the earth, and it's blowing up like in an atomic nuclear explosion. Because I guess Jeff Kendall, shout out Jeff Kendall, a fellow Hoosier. He went pro. He went pro for them, and he was obsessed with nuclear war. And so Jim Phillips made that graphic based on.
There's a sick one also with a pumpkin. I'm seeing the one that you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's also one that comes to mind is the Keith Meek slasher.
Okay.
Which is like a little creepy guy he's got his knife. He's got a bloody knife and his tongue is coming out. Little alien-looking guy.
Santa Cruz graphic, huh?
Yeah, that's a classic.
Okay.
What other Santa Cruz? There is the Jason Jesse. Santa Cruz that I'm thinking of with like a sun god, but that's There's also a classic Jason Jesse with the little what do you call her? Like a little madre image.
Okay. Oh, yeah, like on those candles?
Yes.
Okay. The
Yes.
skinny candles.
The Virgen de Guadalupe, I believe she's called.
Okay.
So I would
Ooh,
actually
wow,
put
yeah,
Santa
that's-
Cruz. Yeah, put it on the line
Yeah.
right there. Yep.
I didn't know Jason, like, should have done my research. Jason Jesse, I mean, if you take Jason Jesse out, I imagine they'd be really high on the
yeah.
upstanding citizens. Is this
Santa
placement good? We're right in the middle of between satanic and holy, and they're
Put them below.
put them
'em
below
below.
Toy Machine and FA for
Yeah.
their riders, or
Yeah.
okay, all right. I mean, I think of Tom Asta.
Dude, Santa Cruz has been around since, what did you say?
They're
1972?
family friendly individuals, but yes,
55 years.
Yeah,
So if you
that's a lot of
average it out,
history.
you know, if Jason Jesse's down here and fucking whoever you said, Tom Asta is up here, like, you know, think about the distribution. It's gonna pull you towards the center.
I mean, yeah, I guess without me doing more research, I can't argue, but I would say it would probably be higher. Because if Jason Jesse's the only guy that we can think of that's like, but I guess bad behavior should be, you know, you should be punished for it.
Dwayne Peters,
He was Santa Cruz.
legendary pain in the ass. Steve Olson, love him, but
Okay.
you know, also a pain in the ass, and you know, a whole litany of others. I
Yeah.
believe Christian Hosoi was on Santa Cruz for a little time.
Ooh,
which,
yeah.
of course, Hosoi is an interesting case study because Hosoi was a true hellion, and then he went to prison, and then he became a born-again Christian and a youth pastor and all
He was
this.
a stoner at 9 years old, but that's
Again, that's-
more the parents.
That's a nature versus nurture type question.
We'll be okay with Santa Cruz
Yeah,
sitting right here,
Leave him
almost dead center.
there. Yeah,
Wow.
I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
All right, so we might be heading towards a different flavor of brands. The next one is Sci-Fi Fantasy. Kind of similar to FA. They started as an apparel brand and then turned into a board brand with pros and
That's
like,
the modern era.
Yeah.
That's the modern way.
I refer to FA again as far as this like provocative imagery when it comes to Christianity.
Yes.
If the Christian imagery is showing up, it would lean more toward, whether it's provocative or not, it would lean more towards the holy side of the
Yeah, I
x-axis.
think if we set that precedent, then we should follow that
Yes.
through with the rest of this stuff.
And well, like we talked, I think the riders, they're did you use the word nerdy? I don't want to throw you under the bus here, but
Did I use the word nerdy?
yeah, to describe the
let me
team.
let me see what I actually said. Yeah,
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just
No,
saying.
let me keep it 100. Let
Yeah.
me keep it 100. Listen, I'm a big fan of that team.
Yeah.
and
I mean, being called nerdy isn't even an insult these days, is it?
no, I mean, I don't know. I
You
can't
didn't
remember, but-
say anything damning, but basically,
No, of course not.
I'm just saying, like, I think I would agree with you. It's a nerdy group of kind of like, is hipster the right way to say it?
Definitely.
You know?
I mean, hip.
So then they obviously go all the way down into the deviant category.
Nice.
No,
Dude.
I'm just
Sick
playing.
burn.
Yeah.
I think Joe brings them down a little bit in terms of deviancy. Ryan brings them up.
I mean, yeah.
Everybody else is pretty sweet.
If Gifted
Pretty
Hater is
sweetheart.
the worst behaved person on the team, I mean, all he's doing is he's sharing his opinion on the internet. I don't think he's like,
Yeah,
you know.
I would say, because they have done some sort of hellish graphics and some sort of Jesus-y adjacent graphics. I would put them kind of on the straddling, like we have Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Yes. I like that. That's a good spot for them, I think.
Okay. April, Shane O'Neill, the graphics. It's just.
I think, yeah, Jesus-y a little bit.
Jesus-y.
A little bit of Jesus-y undertones on April graphics.
Yeah. I don't know how far Jesus-y though, but
The little bird and like the little lady in the April thing. There's never been anything like spooky, scary going on. with
no.
that shit.
So yeah, maybe they should go
I
farther.
think of like the Guy Mariano deck, which is like
Oh yeah.
It has like a little dove or something maybe on it.
So
I mean,
the team
there's
is
a lot of AI slop as well.
but
No.
the team is pretty much straight cut. I don't think anybody's.
Oh yeah, they got freaking Haisa. Yeah, Haisa's deck has little angel wings on it.
Oh wow, okay.
Her first pro deck. I knew I remembered something with angels. Yeah, that's easy. I think that's perfect.
Primitive, basically the same. No, I mean, Paul Rodriguez is.
Yeah, he's a big. I'd love to thank God.
Media trained.
He's with the Bible like LeBron when he takes the book to his press conference. Like, I'm holding this book. That's kind of my view of G-Rod's relationship to the Lord. Now that's kind of callous to say. I don't know what he's doing, but
Are their graphics less holy than April?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. They're not
Less holy than FA?
No.
So
Because FA is, they are taking the piss. Primitive graphics are just like whatever, though,
it's
like
mostly collabs, yeah.
I'm looking at a wall of them right now, and it's just doing nothing.
Right.
It just says nothing. But I would say it tends towards like a Judeo-Christian ideal. All those freaky animal boards.
And also, like, I know we've been kind of doing this based on the graphics as well, but when you do have a team like Primitive where the face of it is Paul Rodriguez, and he is like, I'd like to thank God basically every time he talks, it kind of turns the brand towards a holy direction. The
brand follows.
Right.
A luck of the draw. I thank God for that, placing me in the right place at the right time. I still went out and made myself a millionaire, Well, God allowed me to do that, but you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, fuck that. I'm doing it. Like, if, God has blessed me with abilities and talents and gifts and put me in this position, I'm just give all glory to God every day, because
then there's never been any indication that anybody on there is anything less than God-fearing
Agreed.
person.
Agreed.
Except for Frankie, but Frankie's leaving.
And he's leaving. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Habitat 2000. It was founded in Ohio by Joe Castrucci and Brennan Conroy.
True.
Eco-friendly brand. So, like,
yes,
I immediately want to put them, kind of with sci-fi and Santa Cruz, as far as like purposefully avoiding any type of religion in their imagery.
Yes, I would say so.
The riders,
extremely secular.
Yeah. Extreme is a good way to put it.
Inoffensive.
Yeah. Would they be above sci-fi? I mean, you got today it's Mark Suchu, Giro Platt, I think is Flo or Am for Habitat. I mean, these dudes are
anymore.
And in the past, it was
the classics are Fred Gall, Tim O'Connor.
Ooh, those guys are kind of
Wenning.
bad boys.
Yeah, they were causing some trouble.
Yeah.
Tim O'Connor's a bit of a pain in the ass. Fred Gall's turned it around. Brian Wenning certainly had his fair share of issues.
Oh yeah, jeez. Oh wow.
The system.
Wow. Okay, that's definitely skewing towards GX direction.
Now. Yeah. Oh God. In that era, who knows, right? But
I was thinking, who was was it 2008 Sodi? The dude who went
Silas Baxter.
Yes, Silas Baxter. He was Habitat, right?
Yeah, he was a Habitat guy.
But he's also in the Mark Such, like, just really well behaved as far as not a lot of drama around him.
Pretty inoffensive, easygoing Pacific Northwest type of dude. Yeah, Stefan Janoski. Yeah, really not. Yeah, I'd say they're straddling the line.
Almost dead center.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you could put him dead center.
Yeah, let's put him dead center for now.
Yeah, move the screaming hand up a little bit and put Habitat dead center.
Okay.
Love that. Okay, sick.
Frog.
Yeah, another one. That's another thing. Like, I feel like modern day skate graphics,
children style graphics. I mean, just cartoon characters. Not a lot of deeper meaning, really, right? Like, I mean, maybe. I'm not the art historian, but Chris Millick, spearheaded Frog, has been with them the whole time. Seems like pretty well-behaved individual. Little goofy and weird, but
they're goofy for sure.
Yeah.
And they're like making trouble here and there, but yeah, and put them.
It's like maybe slightly to the right because on the holy side, just because it's like family friendly, you know,
they're a little bit more pure.
Yeah,
I mean, it definitely is subversive, which
but I would probably
most graphical directions are in this day and age. But yeah, little children are pure, and it's got a childlike art direction.
Yeah,
so that's fine.
So kind of like up there with sci-fi, but a little more towards the holy.
I put him down. Put him below hockey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because hockey's like all a bunch of dads and like.
Okay, yeah.
The frog guys like drinking beers.
Yeah, they're cool guys.
They're a little cooked. I don't know if they're cool guys. I think they're
they
might
cool
just
guys.
Be still having a little bit too much fun.
Fair enough.
Which is fine. I got nothing against that. They're not, so long as you're not bothering anybody.
Yeah.
So I think they deserve the top half, but not to be too far in the top half.
Okay.
What are you doing with my king?
What am I doing with your king? Well, I'm getting ready to put them. I'm thinking that they need to go farther to the right, but I don't know if it needs to be super far, but like I guess the first thing that pops in my mind is I think of king, I think of religion. Like the idea behind a king is that they're like the ruler.
King of kings?
Yeah. Tyshawn Jones' brand. Nakel jumped ship from FA to go do King with Tyshawn, right?
Yep.
I don't know who else is on King. Do you?
Caleb Barnett left hockey to go to King. Zach Saraceno's on King.
So
but, yeah, it's not like overtly Christian,
No.
although I think Tyshawn is another like I'd like to thank God type of guy. Oh, Gabriel Fortunato is on King now.
Really?
He's pro for King now. And I would say if you're Brazilian, that's like, I don't know his proclivities, but I'd say just being Brazilian in general, that's like plus 100 Jesus points off the bat. I kind of like his graphic, though. It's kind of cool. But, yeah, I mean...
behavior-wise, where are we putting this group?
I wouldn't say they're...
Nakel is
He's a bit of a hellraiser.
He's a rabble-rouser.
Yeah, there you go.
He's
That's a good way to say it. Yeah, I mean,
and Tyshawn is by no means polite all the time.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I
wouldn't put him. I would put him straddling. I would put them.
Kind of here.
Yeah.
In line with Habitat.
Sure.
Okay.
They're not hurting anybody. That's the thing. Is like not too many people really hurting anybody. In the
Yeah.
Sphere.
Baker and Death Wish. I mean, Death Wish. I don't know if this will cause problems by lumping them together, but I kind of feel like they come from the same, kind of like FA and hockey. The spirit of the brand is kind of the same.
It's always been a bad boy image.
Exactly. The word Baker means you smoke weed, and the whole brand is based. Well,
do you have something against smoking weed?
No, I don't.
I'm just curious.
I don't have anything against it.
I don't have a dog in that fight, but
no.
I was just curious.
I'm off the weed for now.
Okay.
But I just bring it up because it's a detail to note. You know, I mean the brand name is Baker. What does a baker? What was the meaning behind Baker? It's somebody who smokes weed. It's like another word for stoner, right?
For sure.
So, I mean, is that a satanic thing? I think when people think of drugs and alcohol, they think it's like you're being tempted by devilish, satanic influences. So when I think of that, that's where it makes me think they should go towards the left side of the axis.
True.
But the guys are kind of badly behaved historically.
Yeah, historically, and even today, I'd say like T-Funk's a bit of a, what did you say, rabble rouser?
Yeah,
bit of a bad drunk.
Yeah,
most of the other guys are kind of chilling, but they all certainly did their fair share of debauching. Yeah, I think that's a fair place for them. Now you got like Jamie Foy, Death Wish.
Oh yeah, Jamie Foy. Yeah, corporate friendly.
Yeah, very corporate. Talk about media trained, but
the rest of the team kind of. brings it down.
And if you think historically, it's always been about kind of making trouble. So I think that's a fine place for him.
All right, next one, Foundation. Todd Swank, 1989. The brand is.
I love these ones where you have a little research spiel for it.
Yeah, I didn't do much research beyond that, other than they're kind of like a blue collar flavored brand.
Yeah.
So I would say that falls towards the upstanding citizen. But I know the Foundation's kind of like Santa Cruz. There's just so much history, so many team.
If you go back,
deviations,
so many iterations of
iterations,
so many guys skated for Foundation.
And I admittedly I don't know all the guys. I mean, I know Leo Romero, Corey Duffel, Dakota Servold.
Fucking,
these are the newer, but not even new, because Corey Duffel's early 2000s. But
well, Duffman I don't think is on Foundation anymore. He should get back on, honestly.
I don't know, man. I mean, I think this would be straddling. You know,
nothing really.
The secular.
It's funny, they actually have like their symbols like almost Islamic. I know it's not supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
They have the star and moon. That's like their main logo, right?
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So I guess that's holy. Fuck it.
Oh shit.
You know.
Damn. It's just all the way to the right.
Yeah. This doesn't have to be like a. Purely like you said at the top.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a purely.
We're not
Judeo-Christian.
We're not prejudiced here.
And they're all Abrahamic religions at the end of the day. Not that matters. Maybe we'll find some Zoroastrianism in the rest of this list. But fuck it, yeah, put them over there and let's keep it moving.
All right. The Firm.
Can't stop the Firm.
Yeah. Can't stop the Firm. Lance Mountain's brand, I believe after he left Powell. I assume it was after Powell.
Yeah, probably.
He is pretty outspokenly religious, not as much as like Cordano or Paul Rodriguez, but I watched his 9 Club episode and he admitted that he tithed away like a lot of his money from the Firm that
he's a real
contributed to the brand going down.
Yeah, real deal Christian boy, and never made any bones about it, I don't think.
Right.
But also was never shoving it down anybody's throat either. I think the artistic direction of the Firm was never.
It was like militaristic.
Kind of, yeah.
Which is like a tribute to his father, if I had to guess.
Yeah, I believe his dad was British.
Yeah.
Military man, but yeah, never too. I'm looking at the graphics now; they're all kind of bad. It's very like early 2000s, early Photoshop. Really just not good. And if you Lance has done cool art and stuff you would later do for Flip and like is a cool artist, but the Firm branding is really just kind of poor. But yeah, nobody was bad. I think you put it on the Jesus side because of Lance.
Yeah.
They had Rodrigo TX, they had which gets you Brazil Jesus points again, like I said.
Did you say Bob Burnquist?
Burnquist, also Brazilian.
Did you say Alexis Sablone?
Yeah, Alexis Sablone was on the Firm for a little minute. I'm forgetting people. Ray Barbie was on the Firm for a sec, I think.
None of these names make me think, we got to plummet this brand into the deviant section. If anything, it's just rising it higher.
Yeah, this is all good. All nice guys, I think.
All right, this might have been a mistake. Thrasher. I mean, I thought of Thrasher when I was putting this together because... there's a lot of discourse online about how skateboarding has satanic undertones, and Thrasher's one of the biggest media companies in the space, and they use pentagrams and goat skulls or just imagery of goats.
Yeah,
and
the scapegoat.
Yeah, and their logo is on fire. It's just...
Yeah, there's no question that Thrasher has always had that sort of attitude, that sort of brand about it. I think you straddle the good and the bad axis of the people involved because
there's just it's the whole industry,
Yeah, it's exactly. They sell ads to everybody. They sell ads to Adidas. They sell ads to fucking Rip and Dip.
Oh yeah.
I think that's fair to put them right straddling the thing. Not that Adidas is like the diametric foil of Rip and Dip. It's not. There's just two brands that I thought of that always, always have ads in Thrasher.
Right.
Getting a little horse.
Yeah, we're chugging along here.
Yeah, dude, we're doing it.
I
This is what it is.
appreciate you powering through with me, Fusilli.
Yeah, are you kidding? Come on.
We're
This is
just
what we
about
do.
halfway, but I think we've sped up
We're gonna
significantly.
Fly.
Yeah.
We're gonna fly.
So Element, this one I did not do research on, but I would put them borderline similar to Habitat.
Yeah.
The spirit of the brand being like earthly. I mean, it's literally,
And
Element.
it's funny because it's like either of these brands to have this image of like, oh, we love the earth and this and that. It's like you're still selling dead trees.
Those
You're
hypocrites, man.
I think the hypocrisy deserves a little bit of a bump towards the lower portion of the thing. But yeah, no.
Plus,
imagery
Bam was a
wise-
bad boy. Nija, I mean, he was still a kid, but Bam was like a bad boy.
Nigel was on Element for a long time. And again, it's another thing like Santa Cruz where they've had so many guys for so many years, it's like, it's going to drag the average down a little bit in terms of who was doing good.
Yeah, no, good point.
All right.
Their skateboards, 2017, started by Jeffrey Chung. This one, I'm kind of out of my depth when it comes to speaking on a brand that's identity is kind of rooted in their, well, I don't know if saying rooted in their sexuality is the right way to put it, but
yeah, it's a queer skateboarding brand.
Right.
I already fell into this trap of talking about there on a video that I made, and somebody in the comments was like, "Why are you fucking dancing around it? It's a queer skateboarding."
Yeah.
company." And it's funny because in the traditional Judeo-Christian view on
they'd throw them to the left of
queerness
this.
would
Yeah.
throw you on the left, but
Yeah.
it's 2026, baby, and I would say
And we're not the
church-
morality police.
No, God, no. I would say the church is kind of down for queerness. Church is doing Pride Month. Church is doing trans rights. Last time I checked in at church, which was over Easter, because my dad came to town and he wanted to go to church, and God bless him.
Yeah.
So I think they're on the holy side. I think they're not hurting anybody. I think you put them up by
You think far holy or just slightly further than
put them
primitive?
Put them between Primitive and April. I like that. I just like that image.
You
Primitive
like
on
this
this
little
side.
group here?
April on that side.
Yeah.
There in the middle. Love it. Beautiful. Next.
Edgelord.
Okay, fun. Let's kick them while they're down.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta give credit to Gifted Hater for his research on Edgelord. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ever found out the absolute atrocious.
He did a beautiful expose.
Yeah.
On that whole thing, and yeah, I think their imagery is pretty hellish. Pretty,
Yeah.
cyber devil.
The Costin's mask that he wore, that was like, whoa.
And that board with the devil
mask on it,
head coming
yeah.
out of it. Yeah, so I think that's good, and then of course
far bottom left.
Yeah. Put them off the fucking screen.
Shit, like half their logos off because they're so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Done.
All right.
Easy.
Crooked.
Oh, this is a fun one because you put this on the list, and I was like, "Huh, Crooked." And then I was thinking about Mark Gonzalez, and I was thinking about Mark Gonzalez's art. There's angels and little halos on everything, and crosses.
And
all
crosses,
over the place.
yeah.
He loves Christian imagery.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was at the skate shop, and there was a Crooked board with little angels.
Yeah.
A Mike Anderson Crooked board with little angels on it.
So they're gonna probably be the farthest to the right on the holy side.
Yeah, not
competing
as far as
with
Foundation.
Right, competing with Foundation,
yeah, but close. And I think right where you have them is a good spot.
Yeah,
because they've got a classic team. My dear close personal friend Brad Crumb on there still.
Fellow collaborator on your channel.
That's right.
Vintage
show.
clothes. Yeah.
Friend of the show.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot for Crooked.
Okay.
Not much more to say about that. Who do we got next?
Girl and Chocolate, lumped them together.
Fair.
Because
very inoffensive,
Yeah.
Although they have done some, in their day, they've done some kind of pushing the envelope a little bit, maybe controversial. Not really, though. Most of it,
Was it mostly like against other brands, or was it like culturally provocative?
Yeah, no, they never did. They never did anything like that, to my knowledge. Just more culturally, but no, but more when they would step out of their main, very kind of inoffensive lane, they would go to weird stuff.
Yeah,
go to like the Golden Girls series. Chocolate stuff has always been very inoffensive,
right.
very design focused.
Do you think that they are more on the holy side than Baker? Because I do.
Yeah.
I'd
put him even in the. There's nothing satanic about Girl and Chocolate graphics ever.
Do you think their team's kind of mixed bag of upstanding citizens and deviants?
Put them maybe straddling.
Yeah.
You know, because again, that's another
neighbors with King.
Yeah. Put them between Frog and King. That's another. See, we're creating these super tour team groups.
Yeah.
This distribution's really fun. Like, I would love to see a Frog, Girl Chocolate, King super tour.
Right. And we've seen that it would make sense.
Maybe just Frog and King would be so dope.
Hell yeah.
Tyshawn, let it go. All right.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Plan B
skateboards, kind of like Foundation, kind of like Santa Cruz. They've just been around for, well, not forever, but
one of the longest to date.
Yeah.
One of the longest still existing skateboard brands.
But they also kind of like went under and then came back type of thing. They
did have a resurrection.
Yeah.
Actually, somewhat successful resurrection. I had my brand resurrection video, and I kind of brushed off Plan B, saying that it'll never be as good as it was when it came out, and I maintain that. Like when Plan B hit the scene, they fucking blew doors and literally changed skateboarding forever. And then when they came back, it was like P-Rod. They had a really good team.
P-Rod, Scheckler,
PJ Ladd. I believe Kareem Campbell was part of that reboot.
Okay.
They had an insane
resurrection,
team. And they successfully brought the brand back. Did they restore it to the former glory? I don't think so, but they did successfully bring that brand back, and it's still around today.
Yeah. Danny Way was he's still like, what is he owner or part owner or like team manager or something?
I don't know the structure of that, but he's definitely still involved.
I do think of Danny Way when I think of Plan B. Colin McKay, Tori Pudwell joined recently.
Get back on.
Felipe Gustavo. Tori Pudwell got back on.
Gustavo.
Aurelian. Brazilian. Holy.
Big Brazil Jesus points for Felipe.
Yeah.
And just the whole general kind of modern day Plan B, very conservative vibe.
I know Danny Way kind of carries some. There's controversy with him.
He's got some
skeletons in the closet. So that his association makes me think it would pull this brand down a little bit because of that. But I do know that Felipe's he's a good Christian.
Yeah,
he's a good Christian, family man, married with kids.
Okay,
But like, please, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
No, nothing about the guys that are on there now, but I'd say historic. You can bring it down a little bit just because of historically who's involved, and some guys who are still involved have been involved. I would put it
below, heading towards deviance,
just below.
Kind of like right
just
here.
Below, kind of, yeah.
All right.
I don't know though. Maybe not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you can't hit a bullseye every time. We might be missing the mark here, but based on our conversation,
tell us in the comments, right? How many people are people going to watch this? I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Yeah, there will be a comment or two.
Okay.
There will be a comment or two. So we got Violet. Bill Strobeck's skateboard brand. I would say almost all deviants Like just dudes from New York in the streets with their skating.
Anybody from New York on Violet?
Oh, well, maybe not from New York, but all the footage is Strobeck filming in New York, basically, right?
Did you watch the new video?
Squeaky?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of New
Okay,
York
Danzig was all New York, no? Efron?
There's plenty of New York footage.
It's mostly New York.
I would say, there's a lot of stuff in Philly. There's
There was a big...
California. There's a lot of... The previous, they had one video, I guess it was a Supreme video, where there's a lot of stuff in Miami. But
we're talking about Violet, not Supreme.
These two things are inextricably
I know.
linked.
Should we lump them together? Should we lump Supreme and Violet together? Yeah?
Hell yeah.
All right.
In this day and age,
All right, let's do it.
I'd say Supreme goes...
Like, I think of
you put them
Supreme,
a
I
little
think
left
of
of
people
center.
harassing people in the streets to get the clip. So
I think you put them a little left of center. I think Supreme, in general, it's not never been like an overtly satanic thing.
Almost right next to Baker and Death Wish as far as where we've been talking about these brands. Do you think that makes sense?
Yeah, I just don't know if they'll never match the deviancy level. So maybe put them up above.
And
level, because they're
should it be over here?
I'd say, well, maybe put them above Baker and Death Wish.
Yeah,
because same as Baker and Death Wish have never been like overtly satanic in their image, but they still the spirit of it is a little bit naughty, let's say.
Yeah.
But I'll say the shenanigans that have been got up to by the good people of Violet Skateboards will never match, peak hijinks, piss drunks
That's true.
era of Baker.
That's a good point.
They only wish that they could touch,
Yeah.
the level of fuckery. They like to think that they could, but I seriously doubt it.
That's a good point. That's fair.
All right.
Polar.
Yeah, Polar.
I have no notes, Fusili.
Polar.
Yeah. Are they European brand?
Are you fucking with me right now?
No.
Yes. Polar is a brand started...
I know they sell big boys.
Started by Pontus Alv. Wow, that's even worse.
Pontus.
That's the only thing that you know. Started by Pontus Alv in Sweden in probably 2006 to 9, something like that.
I bought a Paul Grund board. He rides for Polar, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You're absolved of everything else. Paul Grund is sick.
Okay.
And Polar makes good product.
Yeah.
It's a good company.
But how would you describe their graphics and the way they portray themselves? Is it straddling between satanic and holy, or is it more...
Yeah, very inoffensive, but straddling. They've definitely done some sort of off-color stuff, more in the vein of, dare I say, political commentary in some spots.
Ooh, that definitely goes towards satanic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
speaking out. No, but I actually think I would put them more to that side because, again, going back to what I said at the beginning is like the satanic, the modern Satanist, the modern Church of Satan, it's more of a progressive thing. The Church of Satan is very outspoken about reproductive rights.
Yeah.
It's more of a countercultural artifact than an actual religion where there's a bunch of people doing satanic worship. It's more just people getting together and challenging the establishment, which I'd say Polar is a very establishment challenging, even though his graphics are never super overtly gnarly in that way. I think Polar really set the mold for a lot of what modern brands strive to be.
Okay.
And they're still very strong in spite of having lost some of their kind of more foundational, iconic riders in recent years. I'd say Pontus is doing... He's also super megalomaniacal in the way that he manages his brands.
Okay.
Meaning, all of the decisions come to him at the final, and he's been known to be very kind of picky and pushy about where he wants his riders to go, what they want, what he wants them to do, what he wants them to wear, etc.
That sounds like deviant behavior.
He is a little bit of a deviant. He's a little bit of a devil, Pontus.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think this is a good place
Put
for
them
them?
over there.
Next in line was Disorder. Disorder Skateboards. Nigel Houston's brand, Post Element.
Who's that in the back?
What?
Somebody just walked behind you on the screen.
Are you fucking with me?
No, somebody's back there. Did you see it?
No.
It was like a little black kitty cat.
Oh. Yeah, that's my little.
your kitty cat?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Laddie. Yep.
Sorry.
No worries.
Pardon me.
I thought you saw a person. I was like, fuck.
I wasn't trying to. No, I mean, I count cats as people.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so Disorder.
Disorder. Nigel
Founded by
Houston.
Nigel Houston in 2021 or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Alex Midler.
Midler's on
Clive
there.
Dixon. Mark Appleyard.
Dixon's on there. Mark Appleyard, interesting choice.
Dominic Walker.
Dominic Walker, pretty fine, not hurting anybody cast of characters.
Yeah, definitely.
I will say that the gentleman at the helm has had a little bit of questionable brushes with.
With the law.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, I think of that David Loy and Nigel Houston with handcuffs. I don't know if you recall that. They had a problem.
Yeah, I knew there was something in there, but I didn't delve.
Well, they were getting arrested. Like, it was in the streets when they were trying to skate or something, and they weren't cooperating.
All I got to say to that, skateboarding is not a crime.
Agreed.
But
Well said.
I still think there's a little bit of a moral gray area around the gang. How about what is their graphic direction? It's like vaguely
Satanic.
Yeah, satanic or occult. Oh yeah, actually, now that I'm looking at it, it's pretty freaky.
The skull fracture graphic.
Oh, I didn't see that. Did he do one because he has hit his head so many times?
Well, yeah. Yep.
Oh, there's a sick Stairway to Hell.
Oh, the skull with the staircase.
That one's beast.
Oh, damn! We might need to shove this farther to the left.
Yeah, I think they definitely do some Satan. Yeah, and I don't think they're that bad of guys. So put them closer to the line, but maybe
Around here.
Something like that.
All right.
Sick.
So I added World Industries at the last minute just because, I mean, you can't talk about brands and skateboarding without mentioning World Industries.
For sure.
So, I mean, look, you can see this graphic here. It's a devil with pitchfork.
Devilman.
Devilman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
World Industries, of course, started by Steve Rocco.
Mm-hmm.
Rather shrewd and at times unscrupulous businessman,
mm-hmm.
but had some of the most provocative, and in fact, probably the most, it was a 101 board, but the most, and you guys all know the board I'm talking about, the most overtly satanic imagery ever on a skateboard, ever. The Natus Capus.
Natus Capus.
101. Satan, Natus backwards.
Was that Mark
skateboard.
McKee's work?
I believe that is a Mark McKee.
He's responsible for a lot of the...
Mark McKee, Sean Cliver, those guys just went to town and nothing was sacred. Yeah, they made a lot of boards. They made a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
I think right where you have them is a pretty good spot because they have probably a checkered history of team riders doing not so good things. If we are to include the entire world camp, that is.
Yeah, which is a lot of people.
101 World.
Was Plan B?
Menace. Plan B was an offshoot.
Or A-Team?
A-Team would have been later, yeah.
There's just so many. Wasn't there a skate video called Trilogy, which was a bunch of the world?
Right, and Trilogy was 101, World, and Menace? Oh god, we're sounding like such fucking scrubs to not know.
I know.
Old heads are going to have a field day with that one.
I can just see the eyes rolling at this
to
point.
not know what the three of the trilogy are. Hold on. Fuck it. I don't know. Oh, Blind, of course. Blind.
Oh, wow. How did we miss that?
Blind. Yeah, I do forget that Blind was originally, a World Industries joint.
Okay. Good spot
We'll
for
leave it at
Worlds.
that.
Over
I think-
on the Satanic,
yeah.
pretty far on the Satanic side. I mean,
Definitely.
their mascot and
Yeah.
all the context of the brand.
I would say some of the most truly like evil graphics, if not overtly satanic or occult in imagery, some of the gnarliest in terms of just like really just kind of fucked up, for lack of a better, more eloquent term.
Yeah.
Graphics, if you really go into the catalog.
Yep.
Fucked up blind kids, the Gabriel bloody drill, the fucking kid that shot the other kid. There's all kinds of
That was Guy Mariano.
nasty stuff.
Yeah.
Racially provocative, some Javante Turner graphics,
Yeah.
all kinds of shit. Yeah,
The list goes
Love it.
on.
love it. Yeah, important. Remiss not to mention that.
All right. Anything else about World Industries before we move
No,
on?
God, no. Leave that for the old heads. That's for Ted.
I did do Alien Workshop, 1990, started by Chris Carter, Mike Hill, Neil Blender in Dayton, Ohio. Board graphics can be described as surreal, abstract, and geometric. The art team was Mike Hill, Don Pendleton, and Todd Francis.
Todd Francis?
Yeah.
Are you using AI for this shit?
Google
Yeah.
search. I used it.
I didn't know Todd Francis did work for Alien. He very well may have done. I
Yeah.
always associated him with.
You can fact check me, please. I'm not.
Well, then we'll do that off air because for the interest of time.
Yeah. So,
But yeah. Don
Alien-
Pendleton for sure. Mike Hill, yeah.
Alien Workshop, a brand that surreal, abstract, and geometric. Does it make it lean one way or the other? I honestly don't know. And
I don't know where aliens fit in either because aliens are like they're spooky,
yeah,
but they're not satanic. You know,
no.
they're freaky.
I mean, we put sci-fi fantasy right in the middle, and though sci-fi
Yeah,
is
I think Alien can be in the middle.
kind of right below sci-fi, above Santa Cruz.
Put them with Habitat.
Oh yeah, right, dead center.
Yeah, put them dead center with Habitat.
Okay. So Spitfire's next. I picked them because of the logo, but my research told me Jim Thiebaud started Spitfire in '87. The original logo was actually not this big-headed fire head or whatever it's called.
Correct.
It was the swirl.
Yes.
The swirl was the original Spitfire logo, but I
big
forget
head.
how many. Yeah, Big Head came. I forget how many years after, but it was Kevin Ansell, a surfer, skater, and artist, developed this logo.
Drew it on a napkin, allegedly.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a little guy. He's a little deviant. He's a little hellion.
Yeah. I mean,
He's iconic.
like a
I mean,
Satan's minion or something.
one of the best brandings of all time. And they really ran with it. He's still all over their shit.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, when you think of skateboard brands and logos, like the Spitfire Big Head might be,
Ubiquitous.
yeah. If you did a poll and asked, like, you gave them a list of all the logos, Spitfire would at least be in the top 5, maybe top 3 of
Totally.
most recognized logos.
I would say so. Spitfire, the anti-hero eagle.
But they kind of go along with Thrasher in the sense that everybody rides for Spitfire. I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
there's obviously
Well,
other wheel brands, but
Yeah.
it's just such a big team, such a long history. 1987. I mean, I think they kind of go right along with Thrasher, if you ask me.
I'm with you, and in many ways they do in a business sense as well. Thrasher and Deluxe are always, very intertwined. They just had a Thrasher Spitfire San Francisco video.
Yep, they did.
San Francisco jam. So
Yeah.
that's all cool.
Yep.
TGK.
Yeah, I think we were going to take this one off because
Yeah, not much to say
I don't have
about it.
research on it. I don't know if you do. Stevie Williams and maybe
Yeah.
Josh Kalis, some Wade DeSarmo.
Those are all people that
Yeah.
skated for DGK.
The graphics, I honestly can't speak to that. It's just like all I think of when I think of Dirty Ghetto Kids is the DGK Letters?
Classic letter graphic. Yeah,
I
mean,
can't. I don't. Not a single graphic comes to mind.
a lot of hip hop culture
Yeah.
intertwined.
That makes sense.
Nothing overtly bad or nasty, and yeah, fuck it, just put them there.
Yeah, I mean they call themselves DGK. Might as well put them where they call themselves.
Yeah. There you go.
Quasi.
Yeah, quasi. However you want to say it.
Quasi.
I would put them over by Polar because I think, in a similar way to Polar, they do a lot of commentary type graphics, commenting on either skateboarding in general or the environment, the government, etc. So I think they deserve to be over on that side. And I think everybody on Quasi, they have a little...
Bobby DeKaiser, he tends to get angry while filming. I mean, who doesn't? But
yeah.
That Bob CBC shed light on how much frustration he builds up when he's trying to get that clip.
Yeah, I think we all get a little upset when we're trying to get that clip sometimes, but for sure, yeah, I think
Dylan J probably evens it out.
Oh, he's pretty squeaky clean, isn't he?
Yeah.
Very new to the Quasi ecosystem, though, and some
right.
might say not a perfect puzzle piece fit either. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. I think that's a good place for Quasi. There's not all that much to say about it.
Limousine, Max Palmer, Cyrus Bennett, Nellie Morville,
Aaron Lorith. Yeah, Limo's great. Limo's cool.
Yeah,
they're all good.
I'm going to lean on you to talk about the graphics.
I'm trying to think back on the Limo graphics. They're pretty inoffensive. They've done a little bit of paganism. I'm thinking of the first Max Palmer graphic where it's like a pagan kind of ritual. They have their little Medusa snake pit logo, which is kind of one of their go-to classics. So it's a little edgy.
Yeah.
A little edgy.
So that would
they go on the left side.
Lead towards the satanic, and the team
all good.
Yeah.
Good blokes.
Nothing.
And gals.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah. Maybe over here by Bones and Creature.
Yeah, put them somewhere where the contrast of that vector image
I know, right?
Drowned out by your sick background.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Real skateboards. Another team that has 1 million people riding for it kind of makes me think, because there's not a lot of imagery that provokes
much of anything.
Any
reaction whatsoever.
In fact, almost all real. Similar to DGK, I think of this logo when I think of real boards. I don't know another graphic besides.
Yeah, somehow that's their best graphic.
Yeah.
It's also terrible. I mean, there have been cool real boards throughout the years, but they've been few and far between. Great team, all good guys. Maybe put them up like above Sci-Fi on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly straddling, making no bones about anything. Early real graphics had a little bit of a message to them, but in this day and age, it's so sanitized.
Right. Okay.
Sterile.
Yeah, so, that's the page I'm on. So
I think that's fine, and they're all good guys. There's nobody on Real who's not a nice guy. They're all too good at skateboarding to not be nice. All right.
Anything else about Real?
No, God.
All right, final 3. Anti-Hero.
Yeah. There's gonna be some meat here. Anti-Hero started early 90s. Julian Stranger, John Cardiel, AH18. If you didn't know where that comes from, it's a letters of the alphabet number. A being 1.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, Anti-Hero. It's just one of the most respected, one of the highest staying power of any brand. Definitely got a little bit of a Hellride image about them. Certainly not overtly satanic.
Frank Gerwer on Antihero?
You bet it.
Yeah.
You bet your ass he is.
One of the best personalities in skateboarding.
Truly one of the best personalities in skateboarding. They have reinvented themselves over the years and kept kind of through line, stayed really true to themselves, really strong branding. That eagle logo has kind of got a, classic American classic tattoo style about it.
Yeah. Would you consider it a more on the holy side because of the patriotic nature?
I guess, but not really, because I feel like the image of Antihero is more...
Oh, Hellride.
It's more Hellride.
Yeah, okay,
exactly.
okay.
And I would say, put it down by Limo. Put it in that little crevice there, yeah. I would say, by and large, everybody on Antihero has been cool, but they've had some guys like Timo and Andy Roy that have been kind of fuckered in the past, so...
Yeah.
But, I mean, Antihero, it's like... I don't know if I've ever seen a Toyota Tacoma that didn't have an Antihero sticker on the back of it. It's just one of the most powerful brands in all of skateboarding.
Yeah. When in doubt at the skate shop, if you don't know what board to get, just get an Antihero graphic.
I did that yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's so true. You could even be a pro skater on any other brand, and you could get a clip for your part that shows full frontal of an Antihero graphic, and your TM can't say shit. That's true. That's real and true.
Nice. All right, we're done with Antihero. We're getting into the final two, which in my mind were going to be the ones that carried the most weight and fell into an area that were going to be harder to easily place. Vision Gator, the guy who murdered
Jessica something.
Yeah,
I believe was her name. Terrible tragedy. Yeah, convicted killer. I know why you put this on here. Right, because you wanted to make a comment about that. Yeah, truly evil, maybe the most evil thing.
Yeah.
Without question, that's been perpetrated out of anybody on this list.
Agreed. And graphics, I mean, I think they were more like a corporate type of brand. It was like Vision Streetwear, but then they also made boards, right?
Yes.
Mark Gonzalez rode for them. I think he went pro for Vision. If I recall, he had a pro board for them in the 80s. He
certainly did.
But everything's just kind of like shrouded in darkness by Gator's crime, heinous crime.
I think you just put him off the axis in terms of evil. The branding of Vision was never like...
It's kind of like around here probably. I don't know what.
Put it lower still.
Like maybe.
Yeah.
Halfway off.
Yeah, so you can barely see it.
Okay.
Good enough.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring her home, man.
Let's knock it out of the park with Zero Skateboards. Jamie Thomas founded the brand. He's somebody who maybe not as outspoken as Paul Rodriguez, definitely not as outspoken as Ryan Sheckler or Cordano Russell, but he's definitely he incorporates Christian imagery into his brand, and it's a brand that is notorious for having publicly depicted bad players. We're talking underage stuff, we're talking domestic violence, Chris Cole.
Yeah, huge smears on what would otherwise have continued to be just like a classic, beloved skateboarding brand.
Yeah, and these are just recent ones.
Sure.
I don't know if it goes back farther, but
I don't know either.
But I mean, it's just so front and center because of how recent the news is and the way social media works today with news spreading. That Zero is this brand that I would say brands itself with a lot of Christian imagery. From Jamie Thomas, he has a pro board with a cross on it. Ryan Sheckler joined recently. There's all three of his pro boards have some form or another of biblical psalms or something on it that ties to Christianity. Even back in the early days when Jamie Thomas was the star of his own brand and closed out, I think it was Dying to Live. You know, everyone's thanking.
Yeah, and the thank yous.
The thank yous.
Yeah, you sent me a screenshot of thank yous, which I had never seen.
Yeah. He thanks
Jesus.
Jesus is his first thank you.
Yeah, you really opened my eyes to how much of a Jesus guy
Jamie Thomas
really is and has been. But then again, he's from Alabama, and Jesus is pretty big down there still.
So it's just part of growing up out there. That's maybe how it works.
It's certainly more inescapable than in other places. You would think an outcast skateboarder type would eschew that, and maybe he did for a time. I don't know, but yeah, no, you really you turned up some stuff that sort of changed my mind, because I always thought of Zero as being like a purely kind of like skull hell, dying and dying to live and living to die and misled youth.
True.
And all of this, bad, tough guy.
And this is, to your point, yeah, exactly. To your point, that's where the logo here is a skull.
Yeah. That's the classic Zero logo.
So that kind of completely, well, I don't know about completely, but it does put at odds all the stuff I was mentioning about how Jamie Thomas thanks Jesus, and he has a shirt with a cross on it in his intro. He's walking slow motion towards the camera for the intro to his part, and it's like clearly a Christian cross he's wearing on his shirt. Like there's an intent to show his devotion to the religion, which is interesting that the logo would be a skull at the same time.
It is and it isn't, because that I've seen that contradiction play out in real life too. I don't know if you've seen this as well, but when I was growing up, I lived in sort of a rural area for a lot of my youth, and there were some very devout Christians living in my neighborhood, and every Halloween they would go all out on spooky, scary skeletons, and they would turn their barn into a haunted house. And I just find that people sometimes, maybe that are extremely religious like that, when permitted, they like to play in that area.
They like to let their hair down. Of
the taboo, this is bad, but they like it. I don't know if you've seen that, but all this conversation just made me think of this family we used to live across the street from, because they would go crazy, 365 days of the year, Jesus is Lord. Well, maybe 364, and then on Halloween, it's not like they were going, doing satanic stuff on Halloween. They just loved
blood sacrifice.
They just loved all of the Halloween shit.
Okay.
I don't know. So maybe that's it.
Yeah. Well, because you can go to church on Sunday and pray away your sins, right?
I guess. I don't know. Depends on what flavor of Jesus you take. But yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if you disagree or not. Let me know how you feel about the placing here, but I am not a judge. I don't have the legal capacity to make a judgment on what is actually going on, but I witnessed the online drama surrounding Chris Cole and his bad behavior against his ex-wife, and Dane Berman sending messages to underage girls. It's all kind of been spread like wildfire across social media, and they both ride for Zero, and it all happened in the last 2 years or so. So it could be a coincidence, but for the sake of this exercise, just so happens that a company like Zero in this case would fall on the bottom right side of the quadrant, somewhere you don't want to be.
Yeah, no, I'd put him below GX even, because GX at least has the benefit of being like ignorant and young.
Yeah.
Not to mea culpa anything that they've done or their guys associated with them have done, but the fact that the handling of all of the backlash of all of the stuff that came to light on the part of Jamie Thomas and whoever else is in management at Zero, literally like a 50-year-old guy who should know better, and who really, like, he had to have his hand forced basically to pull the plug on Chris Cole being on the team. I don't know how it went with Dean, but super reprehensible, ugly behavior. And there are people who are still going to fuck with it and still going to go, oh, that's my childhood, that's my classic skateboard brand that I love. These people are going to age out. I don't think any young children care about Zero. Apart from the kid from Toy Story, but
Kanan Dern might be able to hold the brand, but who knows for the kids. But,
yeah, I mean, they have good guys. Yeah. Ben Haverin's one of my favorites, and he's on Zero. I'd like to see him go somewhere else, honestly, but it's a tough world right now, and those Zero boards are going to keep selling, and young skate guys it's hard to make money. So, that's an ethical dilemma in and of itself. So, yeah, man, I think that's a fine placement for it. I don't know if they're that Jesus-y, but
yeah, I mean, I think the skull logo definitely has
skull
to
detracts. Yeah,
it has over here maybe.
Yeah, but they definitely have more Christian stuff going than I remembered.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
So,
well,
yeah,
shit.
we got through it, Fusilli. We got through it.
Man.
What do you think of this layout? What do you think of how everybody ended up? This kind of surprised you at all, or?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think we were going to come up with as broad and as balanced of a distribution as we did when we set out to do this. So I think it was a fun exercise.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool concept. And yeah, man, thanks for having me on.
Dude, it's all my pleasure. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course.
And let's do something like this again, man.
Always.
I appreciate anybody who watched this. Have a great evening or morning, afternoon, wherever you happen to be, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out.